At the end of the 14th century, Italy was going through a difficult period marked by wars between cities, political tensions, and the consequences of major epidemics. It was in this context that Bernardine was born near Siena in 1380 into a noble Italian family. While still young, he experienced suffering through the death of his parents, but he received a strong Christian education that deeply shaped his spiritual life. During his youth, Bernardine developed great compassion for the poor and the sick. When a serious epidemic struck Siena, he courageously helped care for the sick, risking his own health in service to others. After this powerful experience, Bernardine decided to dedicate his entire life to God. He entered the Franciscans and chose a life of poverty, prayer, and preaching. At the beginning of his ministry, Bernardine suffered from a weak voice that made public preaching difficult. Yet over time, his voice became strong and clear, attracting large crowds wherever he traveled. Bernardine quickly became one of the most famous preachers in Italy. He journeyed from city to city calling people to conversion, peace, and a more sincere Christian life. He especially tried to reconcile families and rival groups in cities often divided by political rivalries. His words sometimes helped calm major conflicts. One of the best-known aspects of his spirituality was devotion to the holy name of Jesus. Bernardine often showed crowds a symbol bearing the letters IHS, reminding them of the spiritual power of Christ's name. His influence became immense throughout Italy. Despite this, Bernardine remained humble and faithful to Franciscan simplicity. He refused important positions several times, preferring to continue his mission as a preacher. Bernardine also worked to reform Franciscan religious life in order to recover greater fidelity to the spirit of poverty taught by Saint Francis of Assisi. After years of preaching and travel, Bernardine died on May 20, 1444, in L'Aquila. His reputation for holiness was immense, and he was canonized only a few years later in 1450. Even today, Saint Bernardine is recognized as a great preacher capable of touching hearts through simple, direct words deeply centered on Christ. Saint Bernardine teaches us that words inspired by faith and peace can deeply transform hearts and societies.